Hey everybody, Kneecap here. This is your complete walkthrough on how to get your corrupted Ashbringer hidden artifact appearance item. It's a bit long, but it's very detailed for your convenience. First, you're going to need a couple items. The first being Nat Pagle's Guide to Extreme Angling. For this, you just need to go on to Altaric Valley and loot opposing players. I actually looted my first one off of a paladin, which I thought was a bit fortuitous. It is not a requirement though, it's just a coincidence, I promise. So again, just loot players until you get it. It took me 2 Altaric Valleys is all to get it, and I actually got 2 in my second Altaric Valley. The next item you're going to need is a thoroughly read copy of Nat Pagle's Guide to Extreme Angling, and you get this from Dire Maul. I chose to do Dire Maul East because the spawn locations are a little bit closer. The entrance to Dire Maul East is at 6536 in Feralis. As you go in, you're going to watch where I go here. I will actually peer down here. As you'll see, there is a spawn point down there. I don't advise jumping down there unless you can see it, which I don't even know if you can see it from the upper area or not. What you're looking for is a little red book. So I'm going to take you to the first spawn point you need to be checking. You can kind of see that it lit up a little bit there. It's going to be by these little lashers, and there's a red book on the ground. That's a dusky tome. I'm going to cheer about it, and that's a 90% chance to loot the other book. I'm going to show you where the other spawn point is, even though I got it in that spawn area. You just go in here, and you're going to go up this ramp, and it's in the back left area of this ramp if it was there. It was not there, but there would be a red book there if so, but there wasn't. So next you need to go to Blackwing Lair. I'm taking off from Stormwind. I don't know where the closest place is for Horde. My apologies to that, but hopefully you can get to Blackwing Lair based upon my flight area here. You're going to go in here, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get there just because I know there are some people that may have never run it before because it is old content. So everyone who does know where it is, just bear with me. You're going to fly into here. And at the end of here, there's going to be a little orb you click on, and it's going to take you in to Blackwing Lair. At this point, I will warn you, the first boss can be a little bit tricky, so if you bring a friend, it'll definitely increase your odds of doing it, although I'm going to show you a pretty easy way to do it. Because of being a paladin, it's pretty easy in my opinion. So as you get in here, you're going to go into your holy spec, and just make sure, and hopefully ahead of time, you had your talent set to the Aura of Mercy, which it should be in Holy Spec all the time anyways. That automatically heals everything around you, including yourself. This is important because you're going to want to draw threat. So as you're taking damage, you're going to be drawing threat by healing yourself, even though you have no control of your character whatsoever. To start the encounter, you just come up here, kill these few orcs, and then you're going to click on this orb, and you'll see a dragon on the other end of it. And now you're going to be channeling a cast to control the dragon. You're going to want to use your 4 button to destroy egg. Don't waste any steps. As you can see, I got an egg right away, and I'm trying to get to the other side of the room for a reason, but I'm killing the eggs along the way. Don't just walk by a bunch of eggs. So I'm trying not to waste any steps here. The reason I'm starting on the other end is because of what I was talking about earlier. I just want to be a little bit closer to myself later on when there's more ads out. That way I'm pulling them off easier. I'm not sure on if I would pull a threat from this far away or not. I just didn't want to chance it. You see I wasted a little bit of time putting a dragon to sleep. Don't worry about the other buttons on your bar. Just use your 4 button. And you can see the channel's about to run out. And as it does, there's a bunch of things on me. I go ahead and kill some of them. Not necessary. I don't advise it if you've never done it before, because you do not want to kill the big dragon. And before he got to me, I channeled again, and I start killing the eggs again. So you can see, since I got all the ones up really far, I'm just trying to, again, I'm getting the ones furthest away first. And pretty soon you'll see the purpose of going holy and having that aura that heals. As you can see, a bunch of things run off of the dragon onto myself, and that's because of the heal, and there's some more leaving me. And what happens if that doesn't happen is your dragon could potentially die, and then you fail. So as you get the last egg here, all of a sudden everything runs away. Now you can kill the dragon freely, and now you just need to run the rest of the raid. So you talk to the red dragon. He'll talk for a little while, then you finish him off. And now you're just going to proceed to run the rest of the raid. I don't know if you have to kill every boss. I just did to be safe. This part's really annoying. You're really slow. The only way for us as paladins to get through it is to use your bubble. Hand of Freedom does not work, unfortunately. So I had one quick bubble and elephant run through, but that was about all I had. So there's going to be a few dragon bosses. Again, I killed the bosses. I don't know if it's necessary or not. I just did. I looted them anyways. You open this, fight Chromagus. Now you're going to go in here. You need to talk to Nefarian. Alright, then you're going to start the encounter. I just go stand right here and drop consecration. Just have to drop 3 or 4 consecrations until they're done. Come down. Now you need to loot Nefarian, and what you're looting is his head. This item begins a quest. Do not start the quest. Don't even worry about the quest. Just keep the head in your bag. That is important. So at this point you need to have the head and both books, Nat Pagle books, in your bag. Do not ever take them out of your bag. Just leave them in your bag. Next place you're going to be going is back to your order hall. So now at this point you do need to go back to ret spec if you haven't already. This is important because that's the only way that they will actually talk to you. And the other thing you need to have here is artifact knowledge 6. I'm going to assume that most people do, but you need to have your artifact knowledge to be at least 6. If you don't, this will not work for you yet. So you have both books in you, your artifact knowledge 6, and you're in ret spec. When you go talk to the lady in your order hall right here, your research lady, she will now have a chat option, and you can chat with her. When you chat with her, what she's basically going to do is take the 2 books from you, and she's going to combine it into one book, and her little cast bar will say forging, so she's forging the 2 books together. So you're just going to go ahead and wait for her. I just put this whole thing in here because I thought it was kind of neat, but bear with me. She's just going to have a kind of a long cast here of forging the 2 books together, and the book will then just pop into your bag, the complete book. As you can see, it goes into my bag and the little chat dialogue thing. And what's going to happen now is, without directly telling you, is now you need to go to Dire Maul West. Dire Maul West entrance is at 6030 in Feralis, and when you go in there, you can just go straight through, and you're going to go towards Tendrous Warpwood. I just didn't even kill him. I just completely ignore him and go through the door behind him. I don't know if you can kill Tendrous or not. I wouldn't even risk it. Just go right through here, through this door. When you come into this big room, you'll briefly see on my screen a big demon dog thing. It's named Immol'thar. Do not kill that. Just skip that. I do know for a fact that you cannot kill that one. So you're going to keep on going through into this room with the prince. And you can see these things are neutral to you. The prince is directly below where I am right now. I'm going to jump off this ramp and come down here and talk to him. He's going to give you a little bit of information about the Ashbringer, what he knows about the corrupted part of it. And basically what he's going to do is he's going to send you 2 different places, one for Alliance, one for Horde, and I'll cover both of those, of course, although I can only interact with the Alliance when I do show you where the Horde NPC is, and that's in Western Plaguelands or Tristfall Glades. Now, I didn't think about it ahead of time, and I actually flew from Ironforge towards the Western Plaguelands. A quicker option would be for you to go to your order hall and just fly out of there. It's in the Eastern Plaguelands already, so you just fly west to Tristfall if you're Horde, or fly west to the Western Plaguelands if you're Alliance. But you'll still get to see where these NPCs are based upon where I'm flying. I would just probably take the route from your order hall because it's actually going to be quicker for you. And I don't know why I didn't think of that, to be honest, but I can at least speed up the video for this flight here. It's a little bit long. So I'm going to go to the Alliance one first. It's in Chilwyn Camp in the Western Plaguelands. This is where I arrive. You're looking for a dwarf named Alexia Iron Knife. She's going to be right behind this house once I find her. And like the other NPCs before, you just go ahead and chat with her and complete the chat sequence. And then you'll be ready for the next part. But first, of course, I'm going to go to the Horde NPC, and I didn't speed this up because I just kind of wanted to be clear of where it was at since I can't actually interact, and I just wanted to, be fair. I know there's a ton more Horde players than Alliance, and you guys need to find where this NPC is as well. It's actually in the very bottom right of Tristfall Glades. It's Bardu Sharpeye. 8372 is his coordinate area. I'm actually going to fly all the way there and hover over him so you can see him. I believe he's a Tauren. As I get in the Tristfall Glades, kind of looking for him here. I know he's around here somewhere. He's right here in this camp. And eventually I'll spot him. There's Bardu. So you're going to do the same thing I did with Alexi Iron Knife. You're just going to chat with him, and he's going to tell you that the next thing you need is a journal, and that journal happens to be in New Hearthglen, up at the northern part of Western Plaguelands. So you're going to go ahead and fly there. It's actually called Grand Inquisitor Issillien's journal, and that's at about 4219 on the coordinates. As you get into New Hearthglen, you will see a town hall, and that is the building you want to go to. I believe it has like a bell tower or clock tower on it. Alright, this is the building that you want to enter. And as you enter, it's just in the main room. It's a big book. You can't miss it once you see it, and you can interact with it. And that's, of course, what you're going to want to do. It'll be on the center table here. And when you interact with it, it basically tells you that they fed the thing that you want to a slime, or they gave something to a slime. So you're like, okay, where's this slime? It happens to be on the eastern side of Western Plaguelands, and I'm going to show you how to get to that, of course. So from New Hearthland, you're just going to fly straight east towards the river. Of course, it took me a little while to find out. I thought maybe it was one of those kind of slimes. Now I see all these paladins that are fishing. There's the bridge. I'm still not quite sure. I wasn't sure if the slime would just always be there or what. It's not. Some people, the lowest spawn rate has been 20 minutes. Other people have said hours, 30 hours, ridiculous amounts of time. So you could be in for a long wait if you just are going to wait it out, but this is where it spawns. I come back later on. I had tried server hopping, which I don't really like, and I don't really, I hate to promote it, but I will say that it's probably the best way to do it. I tried it earlier when I was first there, and it didn't work, so I just came back again. As you can see, there's a ton of people here waiting for this slime to spawn. I'm thinking, what have I got myself into at this point? I've probably literally only spent a half hour of real life time sitting here, just because I'm just not patient enough to just sit there. I would have to do it while I was doing something else, and this was in the background. But as you see in a little bit here, I come over to some players and they are chatting about something, and I complain about waiting for the slime. The one guy suggests doing the server hop, and I was like, yeah, I already tried that, whatever. But you know what? I decided to give it another try. So I go into my thing, and you can go to, I went to questing. Again, I don't advise this. It kind of really isn't fair to the people whose group you're joining, but it is the best way to do it, so you work with what you got. I chose the server that I hadn't seen very often, assuming that maybe that meant it was like a low population server, so there'd be less people there. Maybe the slime would be there, no one would be killing it. That was my goal. So I found a server that was low pop, joined, and lo and behold, it was right there immediately. I was extremely lucky. There was someone else killing it. It has quite a bit of health. It hits decently hard as well. With all your cooldowns as ret though, you'll probably be fine. We end up getting a third person coming in and helping us as well. But just the two of us were handling it pretty easily. Although he was taking quite a bit of damage. After you kill the slime, the most important thing is that you loot the slime. With the item you're going to be looting is Timothalian's phylactery. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, but it's a phylactery. And just make sure you loot that item and it's in your bag. That's the whole purpose of killing the slime. There's the phylactery. So now when you use the phylactery, this is going to spawn Timothalian, whatever his name is. Doesn't matter, we'll call him Tim. You talk to old dead Tim here, and he's going to tell you, very slyly and cockily and annoyingly, that he threw the item that you were seeking into the river right before he was completely locked away into his phylactery. He threw it in the river. It even says that he smiles at you about it. He's smiling because you're about to begin for a bad time, most likely. You actually have to fish the item out of the river. It does not matter your fishing skill. It does not matter almost anything. You just have to be in the top right of your screen as long as it says the Thunderdale River or whatever it's called. Make sure it says that, and you can have a chance to fish up the item. It's a very low chance to fish. Some people have reported just a few hundred casts. Someone reported 7 casts. I'm not sure if that was true or not. And some people are in the very high thousands. Now, I haven't seen anyone in the 10,000s yet, personally, but very high thousands. So you're going to be sitting here fishing and casting and casting and casting. And I actually have every single one of my casts on here. And on my 510th cast exactly, I finally fish up the item you need. It's an epic item, you can't miss it once it's there, so just make sure you loot it. So you get your little shard there. Make sure it's in your bag, of course. And now you can fly back to your order hall. Obviously, if you have your Hearthstone, you can hearth back to Dalaran. Just get there as fast as you can. Maybe you have your Hearthstone set at the Light's Hope Chapel. Either way, you're going to be flying back to your order hall. You just simply go inside, and you're looking for the NPC in your order hall, and you'll see where he's at. If you do have him on a mission, that is not good. He won't be there for you to talk to at this point, so you're going to have to go ahead and wait for your mission to be done. But he should be standing near a table if he is in your order hall, and he'll kind of say something when you get close to him, as you can see here shortly. He'll say there's some evil presence or something nearby. He's actually on the other side near your mission board. As you can say, he says an evil presence is nearby. Alright, you just chat with him like you have the other people. And at this point, now you can see a quest spawn. So now you have your actual first quest for this, and it's to get the appearance. So you're almost done. And you really are almost done. The next parts are actually easy, especially compared to the other parts. So you accept the quest. What he tells you to do is go to the Flight Master in Dalaran and just talk to her or him, I can't remember, but talk to the Flight Master and use the chat option, and they will fly you to your next location. So you just take the portal back to Dalaran. Apparently I had a little bit of a lag issue here that I didn't even know about. I was buffing myself because I wasn't sure if I was going to have to fight anything. Spoiler, you do not. So go ahead and chat. And they're actually going to fly you to the Death Knight place that's actually above the Broken Isle area, the Broken Shore area, if you will. Which I had noticed this earlier, right shortly after the expansion started, and wondered what it was doing here. But here's one reason why it's here. So as you get here, wait, don't go right in like I did. Your NPC pops up, you need to talk to him. Let's get going. Do not go talk to the ghoul behind you. Ignore his shiny self. And just follow him. And you're going to go chat with the 4 horsemen. As you come down here, you're going to watch a little bit of dialogue here. And you're going to eventually click on, it looks like the shard that you looted. It's just not there yet. Basically, you're placing it before them to show it to them. So I'm kind of closing out some chat options here so I could read the dialogue better. But you're going to click on the interactable thing above the table in front of you. And when you click on that, they will see the shard and they will be amazed by it, and basically will be granting you the ability to use it. So that's where I click on it, and then you get the dialogue. There, I'll channel into it to empower it, and then as it sits before you, he tells you he'll meet you back at your order hall. So at that point, you can just hearth back. That's what I did. You can hearth back to Dalaran and just go to your order hall. The last thing you have to do in your order hall is just talk to him, so you're almost there at this point. After all the arduousness of the previous tasks, the last couple are pretty easy for you. I started heading back to talk to the ghoul actually, but I didn't know where it was going to take me, so I just wanted to be safe. And I still do not know where that goal does take you. So once back in Dalaran, just go through the portal to the Paladin Order Hall. Through the portal, and you'll see the question mark because you can turn in your quest and get your hidden artifact appearance. Talk to him. Now it's going to be in your bag. You just got to right click it. And you'll get a nice little animation there with your new corrupted Ashbringer. Looks really, really cool. Probably one of the coolest artifact appearances. And that's pretty much what you do to get your hidden artifact appearance. I know it's kind of long, but hopefully it was detailed enough for everyone to follow. And good luck to everyone. Thumbs up and sub. And everyone, good luck and have a good one.